is Joseph Rebelo with regards to the Kajukenpo Pailum group and also Bok Leen Pai, the White Lotus Kenpo system. We're going to continue on our journey through the Pailum fist sets or the White Lotus Kenpo self-defense techniques, going on to technique number 3, which is known as Bite of the Viper. Now, when people look at this technique, it kind of throws them in relationship to the action because they might know the strike by another name. One of the prevalent actions is the use of what many people know as the leopard paw or the half fist. This is also known, and even in Mr. Parker's system in the early days, they would refer to this as the cobra head strike. Now, the term bite of the viper, again, a viper, again, we hear the term, whether it be an alarm system, a soccer team, or again, the animal itself, the reptile itself, the snake itself. The bite of the viper, the image of a viper held in your hands or attacking you, striking directly into the throat of its prey. That's the key. When we look at the hand position on this plane, it looks like the head of a viper, the head of a snake, like so. So when it's being utilized, again, in American Kenpo, we have a technique called striking serpent's head. Against the front bear hug, arms free. We step back, we grab, we pull the person's head, we strike. For those people who might have the Tracy version, again, when you come down, they have one version hitting where you heel palm with the bridge of nose, ripping, and then striking into the throat. But if you look at the configuration, it looks very much like the conventional snake hand position you would see, but again, with a closed fist. In this case, the half fist or viper head or cobra head. In Pailum, they also refer to a cobra hand strike. That's more of an open two-finger strike, like twin dragons searching for the pearls and other systems. But again, the key ingredient, bite of the viper, addresses the snake hand position, the snake fist position, striking into the throat. Now the attack here is against a front thrust kick. Now again, people say, well, it can be used against snap and kick too. This is again a beginning technique, a beginning attack, someone coming in trying to kick you in the groin. Now I actually have 3 completely different versions of this, so this is going to get real interesting. The first version we're going to deal with is the person is attacking you, and from this position you step back with your left foot, executing an X block, right over left. Now, at that point you're going to pull the opponent's leg back, pulling him off balance, checking with your hand as you strike with a half fist, or again, the viper strike to the throat. So from a side view, we have a yielding and extending action here. So as I'm standing here, the person goes to kick me, I block right over left, I pull the person's leg back, shifting my action, rolling forward with a checking action to protect my groin against his leg possibly coming up to strike me, as I strike him in the throat with the viper hand strike. So again, a simple stepping back, X block, pull, roll strike. Now, when I learned this and I saw this being done by people in the Florida area, Daytona area, for those of you who may have worked with Grandmaster Pai and trained with him in that time period, I saw a distinctly different version, in which instead of stepping back with my left foot, I step back with my right foot. And again, the X block remains the same, but now, because I step back with my right foot, it's left over right. And then they address a follow-up punch that the person may do. And again, that's common sense. Again, if a fighter throws a kick and you knock his kick down, he's going to follow through with a punch. So from there, on this particular version, again, we step back, X block, left over right, block the attacking hand, and then half fist to the throat. Again, half fist, leopard's paw, or again, the cobra hand or strike of the viper. So bang, the bite of the viper bites the throat. From a side view, again, stepping back, left over right, extended knife hand block, half fist to the throat. Different foot, different action, follow-up defending against a subsequent punch. There's also a third version that I have seen through the Chinese Hawaiian Kenpo group from Mr. James Craven. I mentioned previously in the previous videos about him, Chinese Boxing Institute International, and what he had learned. But obviously when we look at the techniques, it's Bok Leen Pai. It's the Pailum material. On his particular action, and we'll demonstrate that again as the person's coming in with the attack. I'm going to step back with my left foot, and I'm going to execute the action, and here it's going to be right over left. And there's a sweeping back fist going on, a four-finger slice, and then he goes into a leg bar. Now, for those people involved in Kajukenpo Pailum, but also Kata Zenpo Goshin Jutsu, Sonny Gascon's original art, and those people who may be involved in the Shaolin Kempo traditions from Fred Villari on down, through Masters Self-Defense and various incarnations, United Students Self-Defense, you may look at this and you may say, wow, look at that, combination 11, or defensive maneuver 11, with the leg bar. And if we do American Kempo, we're familiar with the technique bowing the Buddha, which also utilizes a leg bar. So here again, in this particular version, I'm stepping back with my left foot, doing my X block down, utilizing a sweeping back fist, a four-finger slice, and at that point dropping down, grabbing the person's leg, hooking the back of the ankle, pushing their leg down directly against the knee, or sometimes striking into the thigh to take them down. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. So again, when you look at the version, you go, wow, there's several different versions. And again, over Grandmaster Pai's tenure, this was commonplace. And this is talking to people who had been with Pailum for many years, he taught different people differently. So that being said, let's go into the techniques. Come on over here, sir. The first technique we're going to address again, right? And again, for those familiar with Pailum, again, some people refer to it as front position in Pailum, break stance, right? When saluting each other or fellow instructors, etc. In this case, what's going to happen is my opponent's going to step back with his right foot, and he's going to execute a right stiff leg front kick. So I'm going to move my left foot back, and I'm going to block the kick. Move. Pow! And in reality, I'm not only blocking, I'm also striking. I'm hitting laterally with both of my hammer fists to the lateral protuberances of his ankle. At this point, I'm going to pull his arm forward, and I'm going to check about the possibility of him coming forward. I'm going to take advantage of his forward momentum, and I'm going to roll into the action, strike him directly in the throat. And I'm leaning forward in a bow and arrow stance, a forward bow stance, a gongbo stance. I'm leaning forward to drive that energy, and I'm striking in and up on a 45-degree angle to disrupt his balance and crush his windpipe. Take a little step back, would you please, Raymond? Right there is fine. So again, we're standing here. The person goes to kick me, and again, blocking, pow! Pulling down, checking, and striking. Let's reverse angle briefly. And remember that position check, just like in American Kempo, we would call this a push-down block. For those people who have worked in Daniel Pai's system, who remember the Pailum blocking system with the fishtail blocks, utilizing that same checking action. So again here, he goes to throw the kick, I move back, pow, left to right, pull, strike into the throat. Now I have to really pull and use control in that because as you can see, the effects will be devastating. Up. So that is A version. B version, come around once again. Do-si-do, here we go. Now, the person's coming in with that kick. Now instead of stepping back with my left foot, I'm going to step back with my right foot, and now it's going to be left over right. So as now he kicks, wham! But guess what? He's got more than half a brain in his head. As his legs drop, he goes to punch me. No thank you. Bang! Right in the throat. Once again, kick followed by a punch. So. Go. Block, pull, block, wham! Have a nice day. Okay, now let's progress on to the third version, again from James Craven and the Chinese Hawaiian Kempo system version of Bite of the Viper. So again, we're here, and the person's going to come in with the kick. I'm going to step back with my left foot, X block right over left, sweeping back fist, some people do it vertically, and follow up with a finger slice or a thrusting action to the eyes, similar to the American Kempo technique, circling wing. And then from there, we're going to drop our stance. I'm going to grab the person hooking the leg at the ankle, pushing with the knee or up on the thigh, preferably the knee as a knee bar, pushing down, driving it straight back, bringing the leg up, wham, stomp the groin. So there you have it, 3 of the basic versions of the technique Bite of the Viper. Hope you've got something out of this. I hope you have some fun, and that's the key, you know. We're doing this as a service, and 2 people I want to mention, of course, as always, in memory of the late great Grandmaster Daniel Pai and Grandmaster Bill Gregory from the Kajukenpo Pailum, who initiated me to these techniques to begin with. And last but not least, I'd like to make a special shout out to Mr. Don Fox from Texas, who really, contacted me and gave me the impetus to really want to create these videos and really go over this system and detail it out and talk about it. With that being said, sir, break! Until next time, keep training.